I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case, me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person, I don't my name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name. So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
All right, guys, today we've got a pretty intense courtroom showdown on our hands. This sovereign citizen walks in thinking he can pull the same tired argument that the court has no authority over him, but it becomes obvious almost immediately that he has absolutely no clue what he's talking about. Like, seriously, if you're going to challenge a judge, maybe spend at least 5 minutes researching the law, first watching this guy try to outsmart someone who literally deals with legal matters every single day is honestly painful and hilarious at the same time. So let's jump right into this train wreck and watch this sovereign citizen completely embarrass himself. And if you guys enjoy these kinds of courtroom videos, make sure to like and subscribe.
Good morning. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else.
Great.
So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron.
The second,
The second.
and then I'm the natural person, the living man.
Okay, thank you for your patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle.
No
So,
problem.
recalling case number 19S00472, that is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron, the second, you said, and also calling 24W001025, that is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person, I don't yeah, I don't my name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name nor
Okay, I'm going to
yeah.
cut you off right there.
Seriously, how many crayons did this guy eat before walking into court today? If you're going to use the whole sovereign citizen routine, at least understand the nonsense you're trying to argue. This dude keeps rambling about jurisdiction, punctuation, and random, made-up legal theories like he discovered secret laws hidden in a cereal box. It honestly makes you wonder if he's ever opened a real law book in his life. You can't just invent laws because they fit your argument, buddy, and the judge clearly isn't buying any of it. You can even catch her trying not to laugh while this guy struggles to explain himself. And trust me, just wait until you hear what the judge says at the end, because it makes this whole hearing even more ridiculous.
Okay.
I don't have no sorry. I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all, period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction in regards to this.
Okay. And you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening, that charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against you?
I do not. I don't even own a license. I canceled my license years ago.
Okay. So what you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So I'm not asking you if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is
Not
accusing me of
having a
not
license.
having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce. I was I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is incorrect, sir. But we are not going to get into that.
Did this guy seriously just expose himself in court? The original charge was driving without a license, and somehow he manages to make things even worse by admitting he hasn't had a license in over 2 years while also claiming he wasn't driving, he was traveling. Like, come on, man, you're basically handing the prosecution all the evidence they need if you get caught behind the wheel without a license. Maybe saying you weren't driving at all isn't the smartest defense because, honestly, it just makes you look even guiltier, and I think most normal people understand that with basic common sense, but these sovereign citizens live in their own reality. Honestly, getting a driver's license isn't even expensive, and if people just followed simple laws, they could avoid so much unnecessary trouble and jail time. Now, to be fair, this guy is being more respectful than most sovereign citizens we've seen, but intelligence-wise, he's definitely not leading the pack. What do you guys think so far? Respectful, maybe, but definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. Now, let's jump back into the hearing.
For now, you are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So,
At this time, the court is going to set a pre-trial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pre-trial for that entity? I don't. Yeah.
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pre-trial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and my name that I put on the record is not the same name that you have attached to that case.
And you can provide documentation of such at your pre-trial date, which is going to be June 26th.
So the documentation that I have published, recorded excuse me, sorry. The documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case, that's I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records, not good enough?
Whatever documentation you have,
Mm-hmm.
bring it with you to your pre-trial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So, and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay, will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction, though, correct?
Yes.
How? From my understanding, that has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else. Am I wrong?
You are not correct. The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion of going to jail.
For now, you are stating that you understand the charge of not having a license in your possession. This is a misdemeanor offense carrying a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine plus court costs, or both. So this is all under the assumption that you have personal and subject matter jurisdiction over me, correct? Yes. At this time, the court is going to schedule a pre-trial hearing before Judge Washington. Ma'am, can we establish jurisdiction first before setting any kind of trial or pre-trial for that entity? I hear your argument. However, you are appearing before the court, you placed your name on the record, and yes, a pre-trial date will be scheduled. I did put my name on the record, but the name I gave is not the same name attached to this case. You may provide documentation supporting that argument at your pre-trial hearing, which will take place on June 26th. So the documentation I already filed and recorded with the state of Michigan records isn't enough? As I stated, you may bring any documentation with you to the pre-trial hearing. So you're saying I need to bring proof, even though it's already on state records? Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. And again, your court date is June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will also enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time. So, we're just assuming jurisdiction then, correct? Yes. From my understanding, jurisdiction has to be proven before we proceed. Am I wrong? You are incorrect. The court will also issue a personal recognizance bond, which means you are promising to appear for your June 26th hearing at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington. So, I'm required to appear under threat, coercion, and possible jail time? I absolutely loved the way this judge handled this sovereign citizen. Honestly, she gave him more patience than most judges probably would, but she still controlled the courtroom the entire time. She let him ramble, just enough to expose how ridiculous his arguments were before shutting everything down with simple, direct answers, and you could tell she wasn't intimidated in the slightest, which is exactly how judges need to handle these people. Because half the time sovereign citizens rely on confusing legal jargon they don't even understand themselves, and as for Zoom court hearings, I honestly don't know how to feel about them. Sometimes they just turn into complete chaos, especially with sovereign citizens constantly interrupting, talking over judges, and turning serious hearings into internet arguments. It almost feels less serious than being physically inside a courtroom, but either way, this hearing was absolutely wild. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe for more courtroom content, and definitely let me know your thoughts on this hearing down in the comments. Take care, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video.